right, everybody, welcome to Tuesday. What's going on in your world? I hope y'all are great. This week in Pathfinders, I will be doing a 90-minute Q&A session. A lot of times I teach a little class at the end, but next week I'm going to be traveling. We're going to be traveling starting this week and next week. So next week we'll be giving you a class about past life indicators and astrology, so it can help you to understand your relationships. And this week I'll be taking questions for 90 minutes. So if you have questions about your ascension process or anything that's going on with you, if you want to talk about astrology, we can do that too. We talk about everything. So there's a link below for Pathfinders if you want to join. We meet every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time live, and you get the replay if you don't. All right, bloom where you're planeted. Some of you, okay, Soul Giraffe. I kind of love that card. To be enlightened, lighten up. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. So there's a lot of uplifting energy here. Blooming and uplifting. I realize there's 1.5 feet of snow on the ground, and we do still get very low temperatures overnight. But I will say it certainly smells like Easter or spring or whatever it is, this kind of energy of new developments. No. The energy of spring is coming through really beautifully. I stood outside yesterday with Charlie amid the melting snow, and I just felt like, I don't care what it looks like, spring is coming. And that is one of the things that I feel like we're being asked to do right now, is to visualize, right? Visualize, and just, be in the energy of the thing you're wanting to create. That is really good manifestation hygiene. All right. So just do it whenever. You don't have to have a big elaborate ceremony. Just do it whenever. Whatever you're wanting to create, just be in that energy. All right, let's see what's going on. So the Soul Giraffe, to be enlightened, lighten up. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. Blooming, blooming, blooming. Kind of love this. Yeah, here we are. Emperor. This is Aries energy. So that is coming in next month. I've done all the readings for the end of February and the first half of March. So it's a little bit different than what I normally do. I usually do an end of the month, and then I'll do a month reading at the beginning of the month. But this month, March, is so big astrologically that I'm cutting it up. So this reading is good for a whole month. Going to take you to the middle of March when we have yes, you guessed it, Mercury retrograde. We also have eclipse season coming up, and it's just such a big energy that I wanted to do that. Plus I'm traveling, so that I thought I would give you a little further look out than normal. Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. So some of you are going to be experiencing, and I feel like this is happening in the US, but also around the world and individually. I feel like each of us are going to be experiencing the end of a wounded masculine energy in us. Venus is going retrograde at the beginning of March, but Mars, the ruler of Aries, is now direct. Okay? So it's been retrograde in Cancer. I've been talking about it for a long time. It's been in the shadow of that since October. And Mars going direct, this just feels like this beautiful energy of heart-centered manifestations starting to be planted. Okay, we have a new moon in Pisces at the end of this month, and I realize that Pisces is the energy of culmination. It's the final sign. And so you can think about them as endings, but it's like the ending of a cycle and the planting the seeds for the new cycle. It's something like that. And I feel like there is some kind of interesting ceremonial changing of the guard. I don't know what that is. Emperor, Page, Ace of Pentacles, but then this 5 of Cups. It's like the loss of the old energy, but the welcoming in of the new at the same time. They're overlapping. 5 of Pentacles, another 5. 5 is all about change. Strength. 9 of Swords. Six of Swords, the Star, Aquarius, Leo, Aries so far. Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Devil energy, Capricorn energy, and the Empress. We have the Emperor and the Empress and the Devil card here. Along with the Strength card. The Strength card is the one card that overcomes the Devil energy because that's what it requires. It requires courage to get out of the cage. And the Devil card, you should know that this is not about someone holding us against our will. This is about either addiction or something that we have sort of painted ourselves into a corner doing or being. And to get out of it, you just need to be your authentic self. You need to be like, okay, this is it. I'm done with this energy. And I had a time in my life when I had to just kind of say, all right, I'm going to start over. And it's, I feel like I'm pretty, I'm not, I don't know if I'm good at change, but I'm pretty adaptable. I've had a lot of change in my life. And when I came to that, painting myself into a corner, and you have to kind of admit that, like, okay, this is not the road. Once you do that, there's some kind of freeing energy that is, it's like I've gotten to the point where I'm out of money, I'm out of time, I'm out of ideas, I'm out of everything. And yeah, am I freaked out about it? Yep, I am. But I believe in you. That's what you're saying to yourself. I believe in you. And I believe in you. Okay. So this is a beautiful possibility. Some of you are really stepping into being a healer, and this may have freaked you out. Some of you may have pulled back, even though you're learning, even though you're doing things that you're learning something new. I mean, this really feels a little bit like money issues or something like that, or that there's a big change in what you're doing for financial support, because I have this Nine of Pentacles, and I almost feel like some of you are ending a relationship, maybe coming out of a divorce or something like that, and it's like you can't do what you've always done because there is a change in the relationship. Maybe there's an ending to a partnership, okay, and you can't do what you've always done because things are fundamentally shifted. Like, that's not the same circumstances anymore. You can't just keep going the same way. So Six of Swords says you're moving forward. The Star card says, that Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles makes me feel like there needs to be some kind of healing before the full transformation is taking place. Okay, so the healing, the Judgment card, the Queen of Cups, Awakening. There's another gear here, my friends. King of Pentacles. All right. There's another gear. And I do feel like for some of you, you are walking away. This can be parental. Who was this? A Capricorn reading? Where I had the Empress and the Emperor. And this is about, childhood wounds and like the way we either believe in ourselves, or we don't believe in ourselves, or something like that. That can be the healing that, like, what has kept you stuck? What is it? Because the new energy is coming in, and I almost feel like this, like everything is changing all around you. So the idea of holding on to an old way of being in this world, like, suddenly doesn't make sense to you. Like, you might have spent, 20, 30 years in a career or with a person or something like that. And it's been the last 10 years, I'm going to say, has maybe been not that good. Okay. And you're like ready to bloom. You're ready, uplifting energy. And like, how do I get there? How do I get there? I need to move on from a current situation. And with everything changing around you, it's kind of like giving you permission. There's some kind of permission that says, Well, if everything changes, then I'm going to take this opportunity to change too, right? Like, let me just use a ridiculous example that if you were if you were a blacksmith at one point and your whole business was about shoeing horses, and then all of a sudden there's the car, and you notice that your business is falling off and falling off and falling off, and nobody really, it may take a lot longer during that time period than it does now. Now things just disappear. Things just disappear. Like, that's no longer a service people need. Boom, it's gone. That's no longer something we do. Boom, it's gone. And so the Pluto in Aquarius is transforming us in such a dynamic way. Fast. Aquarius energy is fast. So it's almost like you don't have, yeah, okay, am I worried about this? Yes, but I've got to move with things. It's a little bit like move or be left behind with the 6 of Swords. So there are going to be people who are left behind. And I don't mean that like you'll never see them again or anything. It's just like they've decided to stop growing. Wow. That just came through to me really loudly. Whoever has decided to stop growing, it's not even necessarily about, because I think sometimes we talk about the 5D and we talk about, all of the spiritual stuff. And, a lot of the people that you deal with on a daily basis don't know what you're talking about, and the ascension process and all of that. But I invite you to recognize that really what we're talking about with the ascension process is soul growth, that you're willing to grow. And to grow means you invite change and you invite opportunities for new beginnings, and you let go of people and you say goodbye and you say hello to new people, and you're able to move in an energy of joy. There are people on this planet, and some of them personally, who don't believe that that's what life's about. They don't believe in soul growth. They don't believe in personal growth. They believe that it's more important to stay the same, because that's what will give me stability. But in Pluto, in the age of Aquarius, that couldn't be more backwards. That may have been true with Pluto in Capricorn, okay, an earth sign, but not an air sign. No way. Aquarius is all about reinvention, reinventing yourself. So you may find that you start being drawn to things that are curiosities for you. They're interesting to you, that you're wanting to learn about. Whatever you're feeling drawn toward, like, follow it down. Follow it down. Oh, that's an interesting book. I think I'll read about that. What's this Pleiadian thing? What is astrology? What is radical intuition? What is tarot all about? What is learning to let go of my anxiety? What does it mean to be courageous? What does it mean to stand in the face of what I had before and watch it not be anymore? And be open or excited, or at least joyful for the opportunity. You're here on this planet at this time in history for a reason. This is not a mistake. Okay? So everybody's soul journey is not the same. And I feel like a lot of you who are watching this, who are drawn to these kinds of readings, are here because you are aligned with the soul, with the energy of what's happening right now. So you could have come on the planet like I did almost 60 years ago and have felt maybe like a fish out of water for a long period of that time. I felt like a fish out of water until I turned like 50. My 50s are knock 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 the greatest decade. I've learned so much. I've met so many of you. I have been able to do my work and be fully sort of in that energy all the time, and know that, yes, new things are coming online for me, new things are opening up, and I'm curious and I'm interested in all of that because that's what got me here. So I'm like, yes, I'm open to this, because when I was open to something, shifting from what I was doing to what I'm doing now, that moved me forward so much in terms of my growth. And it still does to this day. I was just talking about something with a friend about how I'm learning about, growth experiences and stuff, and how some of them are super challenging, but that's what's being asked of me and of you. All right. So some of you are leaving people behind who have decided, or who have, you can, because we have free will on this planet. But most of you are in the business of remembering what you came here to do. Okay. And I'm going to get clarity around this Devil Empress, because this is sort of like the Emperor Empress. I feel like, hold on. Yeah. 5 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Sun. Wow. Temperance. Some of you are going to be leaving behind long-term relationships. People who have been here to teach you through manipulation, through difficulties, through negative interactions. I feel like that's one of the toll on the road ahead, is to finish out some of these relationships that have been manipulative or challenging. Like, learn the lesson, take the exam, leave that classroom. Leave. You don't need to be in there anymore. Okay. This might be somebody who's in your family, or somebody long term, long term. This is about you ending that and taking good care of yourself. Queen of Pentacles. Taking good care of yourself and saying, enough. Enough's enough. All right. So this is the time period where we're going through another up level, another shift in awakening. Are you ready? All right, let's keep going. If you want to continue on with me, there's a link below. I will talk about what you don't see coming. I will look at the next 30 days. And there we go. So if you want to come on, there's a link. Otherwise, Pathfinders, let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.